The doctor who never forgot hunger. They told him to forget school and accept his fate. They said dreams were for rich children. They said hunger would eventually force him to give up. But the hungry boy who studied under candlelight would one day become the doctor who changed thousands of lives. Ao was born in a small village where life was never easy. The roads were rough. Electricity came and went. And many families struggled just to put food on the table. But despite their poverty, Ao's parents believed in something powerful. They believed in education. Every evening, after a long day of work, Ao's father would sit beside him and say, "Knowledge is something nobody can steal from you. Protect it." Those words stayed in Ao's heart. From a young age, he dreamed of becoming a doctor. Whenever someone in the village became sick, he watched the local clinic workers with admiration. He imagined himself wearing a white coat one day. He imagined helping people. He imagined giving hope to families who felt helpless. But dreams are often tested. And Ao's test came sooner than expected. One morning, tragedy struck. His father suddenly passed away. The loss shattered the family. The man who had been their guide, provider, and source of encouragement was gone. The house felt empty. His mother cried quietly at night. And Ao felt as though his future had disappeared with his father. But even worse days were coming. Not long after the funeral, some of Ao's uncles began arguing over the little property his father had left behind. The family owned very little. Yet even that became a source of conflict. The uncles insisted that education was a waste of time. According to them, Ao needed to stop dreaming and start working. "You are the man of the house now," they told him. "Forget school. Your family needs money." Every word felt like a heavy stone placed on his shoulders. Part of him wanted to believe them. After all, they were older. Maybe they were right. Maybe dreams were only for people with money. But his mother refused to surrender. Even while carrying her own grief, she stood firm. "No," she said. "My son will stay in school." It wasn't an easy decision. Keeping Ao in school meant sacrifice. Real sacrifice. His mother began taking every job she could find. She sold food. She washed clothes. She worked long hours under the hot sun. Sometimes she returned home exhausted. But every day, she found a way to keep going. Ao noticed everything. He saw the tiredness in her eyes. He saw her skip meals so he could eat. He saw her pretend she wasn't hungry. And each time he made a silent promise. One day he would make her proud. The years that followed were difficult. There were nights when hunger made it hard to concentrate. Nights when the only light came from a small candle. Nights when the future seemed impossible. While other children slept comfortably, Ao sat with his books, fighting exhaustion. Sometimes his stomach growled louder than his thoughts. Sometimes he wondered if his uncles had been right. Maybe he was chasing something that would never happen. Then another problem arrived. School fees increased. The family could barely afford basic necessities. Several of Ao's classmates dropped out. One by one, empty desks appeared in the classroom. Each empty seat reminded him of how fragile his own future was. Every term felt like a battle. Would he be able to continue? Or would poverty finally win? Then, just when hope seemed to be fading, something unexpected happened. A teacher announced a national scholarship program. It was one of the most competitive scholarships in the country. Thousands of students would apply. Only a few would be selected. Most people thought the chances were too small. But Ao saw something different. He saw a door. A tiny door. Maybe the only door he would ever get. And he decided to fight for it. From that day forward, he studied harder than ever before. He woke up before sunrise. He reviewed lessons late into the night. He borrowed books whenever possible. He refused to waste a single opportunity. Whenever exhaustion tempted him to stop, he remembered his mother. Whenever fear appeared, he remembered his father's words. "Knowledge is something nobody can steal from you." Months passed. Then the exams arrived. Ao gave everything he had. When he finished, there was nothing left to do except wait. And waiting was the hardest part. Every day felt longer than the one before. The family still struggled financially. Bills continued to pile up. The pressure never disappeared. Then one afternoon, everything changed. The scholarship results were finally released. Ao's hands trembled as he searched for his name. His heart pounded. His breathing became shallow. Then he saw it. His name. Right there. Among the winners. For a moment he couldn't believe it. He checked again. And again. The result was real. He had won. The scholarship would cover his education. The dream that had once seemed impossible was suddenly within reach. When he told his mother, tears filled her eyes. Not tears of sadness. Tears of relief. Tears of victory. Years of sacrifice had finally produced a miracle. The journey wasn't over. In many ways, it was only beginning. Ao worked tirelessly through college and medical school. The road remained challenging. But now he had something he had never truly possessed before. Opportunity. And he refused to waste it. Year after year, he pushed forward. Eventually, the day arrived. Standing in front of a mirror, dressed in a white doctor's coat, Ao paused. He looked at his reflection. Then he remembered. The candlelight. The hunger. The empty pockets. His mother's sacrifices. His father's advice. Every painful moment that had brought him there. Many people would have forgotten. Many people would have moved on. But Ao could not forget. Because the memories had shaped him. And that was when he made a decision. A decision that would change countless lives. He created a foundation dedicated to helping children from poor families stay in school. The foundation paid school fees. It provided books. It supplied uniforms. And it gave hope to children who were standing where Ao once stood. Children who feared their dreams would disappear because of poverty. One child became 10. 10 became hundreds. Hundreds became thousands. Across different communities, young students were given a chance to continue learning. Parents who had almost lost hope found new reasons to believe. Families discovered possibilities where they once saw only obstacles. And with every child helped, Ao felt something special. He wasn't just changing lives. He was honoring his mother's sacrifices. He was honoring his father's belief in education. He was making sure that hunger would not destroy another dream. Years later, people knew him as a successful doctor. But those who knew his story understood something deeper. His greatest achievement wasn't the title before his name. It wasn't the white coat. It wasn't the success. His greatest achievement was remembering where he came from. Because success becomes truly meaningful when it helps others rise. Never forget the struggles that shaped you. Education can transform lives. But kindness and generosity multiply that transformation. And no child should be forced to abandon a dream simply because they are poor. The boy who once slept hungry became the doctor, who made sure other children never had to abandon their dreams because of poverty.